Jack and the Beanstalk. With Jack, a brave and curious boy who takes risks to help his mother and himself out of poverty. Giant, a huge, fearsome giant who lives in the castle and owns magical objects like the golden harp. Mother. She is Jack's mother. She is a hard-working but worried woman who wants the best for her son. Wife. A kind but cautious woman who helps Jack by hiding him from her giant husband. Old man. He is the strange old man who offers Jack 5 magic beans in exchange for Jack's cow, Daisy. Now, let's start the story. Once upon a time, a boy named Jack lived with his poor mother. They were so poor that they had to sell their only cow, Daisy. One morning, Jack's mother told him to take Daisy to the market and sell her so they could buy food. On the way to the market, Jack met a strange old man who offered him 5 magic beans in exchange for Daisy. Jack thought the beans looked amazing, so he traded Daisy for them. When he returned home, his mother was very disappointed and threw the beans out the window. That night, the beans grew into a giant beanstalk that reached the clouds. The next morning, Jack decided to climb the beanstalk. Higher and higher he went, until he reached the top and found a huge castle. Jack sneaked inside the castle and saw a giant woman in the kitchen. She was the giant's wife. Jack asked her for some food, and she took pity on him, giving him some bread and milk. Suddenly, she heard her husband coming and quickly hid Jack. The giant entered, chanting, "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman." The giant's wife convinced him he was imagining it, and he soon fell asleep. Once the giant fell asleep, Jack crept out of hiding, grabbed a bag of gold coins, and climbed down the beanstalk as fast as he could. Jack and his mother were thrilled with the gold, but soon they used it all up. Jack decided to climb the beanstalk again. He found the giant's wife and asked her for food. She warned him about the giant, but gave him food and hid him again. The giant returned, and once he fell asleep, Jack took a hen that could lay golden eggs and climbed back down. Curious, Jack climbed the beanstalk a 3rd time. Once again, the giant's wife hid him when the giant returned. Jack found a golden harp that played music by itself. But as he grabbed the harp, it cried, "Help, master! Thief!" The giant woke up and chased Jack out of the castle. Jack scrambled down the beanstalk, the giant close behind him. When Jack reached the ground, he grabbed an axe and chopped down the beanstalk. The giant fell, never to return. With the golden harp and the magic hen, Jack and his mother were no longer poor and lived happily ever after. You have just known the story. Now I have some questions for you about this story. Question 1. How did Jack and his mother's life change after these events? Question 2. What lesson do you think Jack learned from his adventure? Question 3. Do you think Jack's actions were brave, foolish, or both? Why? Let's think and give me your answer. Thank you for your listening. Did you like the story? Let's see another wonderful story in below.